Ghost tales? Nah, we ain't got that sort of thing around here. There's a story about Jacob, but that's about all you'll get. You really want to hear it? Alright, but don't go interrupting. I ain't got the patience for that. Jacob Emory, well, he was one of them fellas you'd usually just overlook. Not a bad guy. Mind you, plenty in this town thought he was the most reliable in some regular job, but he never truly shined at anything. Jack of all trades, master of none. Why see? 'Twas 'cause he didn't care much. Tried his hand at all sorts of cars, radios, store managing, but never excelled. His pals and workers talked to him about it, but his reply was always, just ain't enough. So, his friends who stuck around were either real patient or didn't talk about it at all. It was bound to happen, Jacob going overseas. Can't recall where, but I reckon Gertrude from the next street knew before she passed away. You'll have to ask someone else for that. Anyhow, no one tried stopping him. Figured a little travel might sort his lack of ambition. Gave him a send-off, which was a real nice touch, I thought. Been gone for 6, 7 years? Can't rightly remember. You'll need to ask someone else. Anyways, when he returned, it was clear he'd changed a lot. Friendly, energetic, smiling all the time. Showed us a souvenir he brought, a hard black stick, like a pencil but felt like chalk. We wondered why such a simple thing got him all riled up till he showed us. Drew on a paper with that stick, hard to find a word for it, drew a rough circle. It fell on the paper like a stone, but stayed put, acted like an old movie projector on a screen. Now, I know it sounds loco, and if you're the skeptical type, you can go on thinking I'm mad. But I saw it, even if everyone else brushes it off. That rock he drew fell. Jake planned shows to pay for his needs, where he'd paint whatever the crowd wanted. We debated a while, but he convinced us it was safe, ethical, profitable, and kept attention in town. Poor Jacob. If I'd been more alert, I might have read the signs and saved the poor soul by tearing that thing in half. But we were all young, didn't see a problem in encouraging what we thought was a fantastic experience to be shared. He had no big radio or TV connections, and the internet weren't around yet, so he advertised with flyers. Might not mean much in the city, but in a small town, they catch eyes. 60 people came to his first show, maybe more. Shows were something else. Someone call out a scene or skit, and Jake's hand would fly over the white wall like a bird. He went all out, precise, incredible figures in minutes. None lasted more than 10 minutes, and they were well done. Night talking the castle. Jake painted the inside too, like a split wedding cake, so you saw the night climbing, fighting, jumping, all in silence. Unreal, but that was the charm. Nobody expected real. When it was done, characters left or he'd paint over the wall. Gave it a time frame, everyone knew the show was over when the paint dried. But Jake changed, for the worse. Energetic upon return, that vitality never left. Grew, pleasure in it. Eyes wider, less sleep, radical opinions, and folks round him got jittery. Months passed, audience exploded. Everyone in town wanted to see Jake's art, needing bigger seating. He didn't stop at one scene, just went to the next, sometimes mixing them together. Subject matter got wild, characters stranger, all for the audience. Jake got indulgent cause of the cash, drinking and chasing women. Some claimed awake at night, finding and drawing, grinning. But those who looked in the sketchbook didn't say what he drew. Not worth hunting for the books or flyers, they're gone. But the drinking would ruin it all. During a show, Jake was completely drunk. Smell of bourbon 10 feet away. Skits went on, then someone asked him to draw himself. All characters on the wall stopped, looking at Jake's illustration. The crowd froze, and Jake realized his mistake, desperate for the cans of white paint he forgot. The fake Jacob drew a door, and chaos broke loose. People ran, characters attacked, and I saw Jake and his creations dragged through the door. The auditorium burned down. Firefighters came, blamed it on a cigarette. Life went on. Jacob was wiped from existence. Jacob didn't create illustrations. He created life beings in another dimension. He reveled in his power, and his punishment was deserved. The government silenced everyone but made mistakes. Ruins of the auditorium are still there. Reconstruction will erase any evidence. But I saw Jacob's hand in the rubble, still twitching. Mistake number 1 was not destroying all evidence. Mistake number 2 was these creations. Don't know how many escaped, but those meadows of tall grass on the outskirts? Never go in. You asked about those white figures? Don't talk about ghosts in this town.